Hey everyone, this is Brian from Motive Training, and today we're going to do a internal rotation PAILs and rails from a modified bear sit position, and we're going to use this yoga strap to help us facilitate that stretch. So we're going to be working on this left hip. So to set up a stretch, we're going to take the loop of the band and kind of put it around the foot. It's going to then go underneath the leg that we want to stretch, and then we're going to bring that strap all the way across to the other side. And this is going to give us the ability to pull into the stretch. So a bear sit, we typically are kind of like seated like this, where our legs are out to the side. Obviously with this strap, it's going to make it so you can't get there. So we're not really concerned with the right leg as much as we are the left. So what you're going to do, you're going to take the left foot and you're going to bring it out far enough where it's away from your midline, so that if you were to pull down with the strap, it's going to bring that hip into internal rotation. The issue here you might run into is that the setup, you're going to have to finesse a little bit, because some people will set up really wide where their foot is in front of them. You want this to be at 90 degrees to create the biggest stretch. So your shin and your femur should make a 90-degree angle. And you can maneuver this around. You're going to have to kind of explore the stretch, but our target is to open up the outside of that hip to really get into that internal rotation capsule. So a lot of that stuff is going to be local to the outside. So to get there, you're going to use the opposite leg to kind of track the femur away from you. So I'm actually not just pulling out to the side, I'm also pulling down to pull the femur from my hip. And then to create a shearing effect, or sometimes they call this bowing the stretch, because you're going to try to basically pull from both ends, which is what a bow does, like a bow and arrow. You're going to roll that left hip back as you press your foot away. And when you do that, it's going to create a pretty gnarly capsule stretch on the outside of that hip. We would hold this. Our PAILs effort is going to be trying to pull up, or to try to abduct the hip or bring it away from our midline. We should fire that up, build to our max effort. Our rails would be trying to pull down. Now, when you pull down, especially when we're working on the hip, you want to make sure that you are not getting coupling motion, or you're not moving multiple joints at the same time. So if you roll so far that your pelvic girdle lifts off the ground, or your sit bones get up, that is not the goal. So you want to make sure during your rails effort, or you trying to pull deeper in internal rotation on your own, that you drive down, and you want to counter that by twisting to your hip on that same side. So I'm going to twist my torso and pull, and that's how I'm going to get a really good rails effort on that.